Okay, what's up, fellas? So we had a few technical difficulties. So yeah, sorry, that was my bad. So I really wanted to do, and I apologize for this. I told a couple of you that I was going to stream on Christmas Day. I don't know what's going on. I think if you noticed, like the last time, you, Mark, and I streamed, at the very end of the stream, my Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah,
remember that? Yeah. So my Wi-Fi has been doing that, and it's been consistently getting a little bit more worse. So I called. They've tried everything. We've reset everything, and it seems to be stabling out. So maybe. Other than that, what's new with you, sir?
Not much.
Did Santa bring you everything you wanted for Christmas?
I got a new draggy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, my other one, the battery's pretty well wore out on it. So
yeah, mine's getting it'll charge quick, but man, it doesn't last at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they suppose. What's that?
Well, the one I had, the battery wouldn't last very long, and plus
I heard
this one's supposed to be better. It's a newer version.
Yeah. It's supposed to connect to more satellites a lot more quickly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 100%, please do a review for this, for that, and put it online, because I'm very tempted to just scoop up a new one and give this one away to a friend or something. So
go ahead. I said I got a drag bar for the Camaro. So UMI Performance.
UMI is the real deal.
I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, it takes place of your sway bar. It looks like a sway bar is a lot bigger, and you have to weld the mounts and stuff on it. It's for
anything welding. I'm a believer on. Yeah, that's the real deal, sir. Yeah, so UMI makes good stuff.
Yeah. I've had good luck with it. Yeah.
Let me see here. Automotive Rhapsody says, OBD, you don't own anything, you buy edition. Dudes are getting it. This has been a stream, or not a stream, but this has been a trend here recently. And I've been saying it forever, and people look at me like I need to be wearing a tinfoil hat, like I'm crazy or some kind of conspiracy, or so, you know what I mean? And I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, and I didn't want anybody thinking I'm weird or complaining or whatever. But I'm telling you, it's catching up with people. There's a lot of I should have brought them. I got tickets, citations in there, and I've had all the experience I need to with all this new stuff. So. Yeah, I found a good video, a couple videos actually. Like I said, within the past week or two, it's been like click, click, click. I've been seeing them bang off. So I just want to do a live stream touching on it, throwing our, Corey and I's 2 cents into the till. Anything bad, devious, or, touching bordering the line of TOS was all Corey's idea. So appreciate that, sir.
What's that?
No, I'm just giving you shit, buddy. I would say anything bad or anything TOS, YouTube can blame you for it. And I appreciate you taking the hit. No. But no, I mean, I do think that they have a little bit of overreach. Are they abusing it? I mean,
of course they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that, like I said, there's a lot of people that are jumping on the bandwagon now. Am I missing my ZL1? No, I don't miss it, but I miss. It's just the best looking Camaro. You know what I mean?
No, it ain't.
Oh God, that's probably exactly what I need to hear. Actually,
1969.
Oh shit, dude. You know, the more I shop, the more I look, and the more I look, the more it's just like. Can't afford because this I'm gonna pay cash for this one, and I believe that's going to be the best way to do it. But I don't know if I can afford a fully restored one.
Well, I'm not saying you should buy one. You should buy a 4th gen. Best bang for the buck.
It is. It is.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gens are the lightest.
What's that?
3rd gens are the lightest, like the IROCs.
Yeah, they're nice cars too, but you pretty well got to do an engine transplant on them to get fast.
How's the handling? How's the body? The chassis, is it decent?
Oh yeah, I don't think there's much difference between a 3rd and 4th gen. I don't think. I don't know. I had an early 3rd gen. I know it's out of all the Camaros that I've been in, at least they got the best visibility.
Really?
But I've never been in a 1st gen. But I've been in a 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th gen, and the 3rd gen is the best out of them all for like visibility or whatnot.
So in the past, I was working, had multiple jobs at once, and I was trying to get an LLC, a crash, not like crash, but I was doing like a little scratch and dent repair on the side for cars, and I built it up to do like not restorations, but I was just paint, interior trim, all that stuff. You went somewhere else, but I would paint your car for you. And I tore apart a couple of those 1st gens and repainted them, and they're it's a different kind of car. You know what I'm saying? Like the visibility reminds me of a 6th gen, but I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But you've never driven a 1st gen?
I've never even been in one.
Oh my God, they're smaller than what you think. Like what?
Yeah, they're not a big car.
No, it's not. It's weird, but
they are nice.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I've been seeing some builds, some resto mod builds. Woo! Yeah,
I like them when they look stock. So I know
really?
the resto mod is the way to get them to handle better and whatnot, but they just look the best when they're all stock. Maybe lower just a little bit, not slam, but lower just a little bit. I don't like them with all these 19 and 20-inch wheels. I think it looks stupid on them.
Yeah. Automotive Rhapsody says, thanks, pandemic, for permanently doubling anything. I don't think it permanently doubled it. Well, maybe the collectible. I heard a guy talk the other day. Not the other day. It's probably a couple months ago. And the best phrase I heard was, a lot of people put a lot of money out there to lose a lot of money. And I think time will tell. I mean, it's going to be. What do you think? The collectibles, are we going down at all?
No, the rich people ruin that. They get tired of buying ugly paintings, and now they moved on to the cars.
That's what ruins it. That's what ruins it. And a lot of people are sending me links for a lot of like super nice cars, and that's just not me. I mean, the thing is like, I don't want to buy something super uber nice and then tear it apart. You know, I would rather have something. I would rather pull something out of the weeds, save it, and put it back on the road rather than buy somebody's barn find or some museum. Because typically those cars drive like shit anyways. anything rubber's cracking and breaking and leaking, and yeah. So I don't know. It's gonna be weird because, like I said, when they announced that he won, all crypto just boom went to outer space, and they say that everybody's cashing out and buying cars. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. Also, like for the 6th gen Camaro, from 2016 to 2024, they made less cars than, you know what I'm saying? Like 4th gens, they made a ton of them, especially 1st gens. There's more 1st gens. There were more 1st gens on the road than almost any Camaro. Second gen was the most. They made a ton of them. It's more reliant on barn find situations and not completely dead, but dime piece. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, also, like I said in a previous stream, I think that they've capitalized on the, they've kind of hoarded chicks to buy houses and men to buy cars, and you know what I mean. They're kind of speaking. They look past your face and talk to your emotions, and they kind of know exactly what each of us tie our identity to, and then and they make everybody what's the word I'm looking for? Where everybody wants the same fucking thing at one time. I don't know. You get the idea. But yeah, that hurt. The only people that lose is the consumer, because the price just goes through the roof. And yeah.
But you say you can paint cars, eh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You should be flipping cars. Buy them.
Fix them up, man.
Do the video, flip them, get another one.
Yeah, this is my old. I've painted a lot of cars with this gun right here, but I don't ask me why it's still sitting there. But yeah, the problem is if you go just go on eBay and look for a wrecked car, they're towing the line of what the used prices are. So the margin for the person buying the materials and the parts and then doing the building is so slim, man. It's so slim. And banks won't lend on salvage title cars, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll I don't know. I'll buy one and I'll prep it. I don't know. It's I'm kind of enjoying not having a freaking money pit at the moment right now too.
Yeah.
It's insane how cheap a person can live without having because like I said, that car was like $2,000 a month to keep on the road. So that's kind of nice not to have that shit on my back anymore. So Street Side Classics, are they fair, Jeff? Are they I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, are they on planet Earth? Because the thing is like I've been looking at the used market. He says every fucking week, man. But I look for a dealer that's fair, because it's like it's always such a gap. You know what I mean? The dealers are up here and the private sellers are down here, and you know what I'm saying? I got you, brother. You were gonna say something, Corey? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bud.
Couldn't have been too important. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Been there. No, but the OBD3, do you remember back in like 2010 era when they were gonna implement OBD3?
No.
Did you hear anything? I've been looking, and I cannot find anything on the such. But back in the day, they were going to implement the system called HALT, HALT, if I could spell it. And it was going to be pretty much like the Fast and Furious is what they were. It's a kill switch. They just wanted to hover over your car in the helicopter during like a high-speed chase or whatever. click a button, you know, flip a switch, whatever, your car's dead.
Well, that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want to control it.
What? Yeah. What? But why? Why? That's what I'm getting at, is why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't. That's the one thing I cannot connect the dots on. I just looks like automotive rats. Hopefully they settle for black boxes and selling that to insurance for as long as possible for actually jacking your controls. Oh, they want to jack your controls on the fly. You know, didn't make your car payment, boom, break your car. You know, they want, I mean, dude, it's getting crazy. As a matter of fact, I got a video queued up. I'll play it here in just a little bit. Is there anything of the such going on up there in Canada that you guys have noticed?
What's that?
As far as like car control or call, you know?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. I got 2 videos, and I found this one video. I've never watched this guy's channel before, D&E Garage or something. But Mr. T, what's up, sir? How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for dropping in, man. I know it was on the fly. I created the stream, but I made it for fucking Twitch instead of YouTube. So everybody was in the dark, and I was just like, well, we're gonna go live and hopefully people fucking find it. So yeah. But you guys this hasn't been in the news at all or talked about in the past? Kill switches, OBD3, anything?
I don't watch news anyway. I don't got no satellite or nothing. I just all internet, Netflix and stuff like that. I don't watch.
Yeah, I used to have Dish Network, and man, I'm telling you what, I just
fake news.
I got rid of it. Yeah, no shit, dude. I got rid of it. My life is my mood, my life has just been stable. Everything like stabilized when I don't watch the news and shit. Because I used to just get mad.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm tired of paying to get upset. So I walked away from it, and dude, it was the best thing I ever did. So okay, so here's what we do. We got like a 20-minute video. We're gonna watch a couple minutes at a time. We're breaking it up. I'll be stopping it. You guys can make comments. If you see something, tell me. Say, hey, stop, Corey. If you want to pipe in, since I know you're quite the talkative man.
Yeah.
No, I'm just giving you shit, bud. But the one thing is he brought in another content creator, so it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. Like I said, so it was kind of touching on both videos at one time, and that way we can react to it. But yeah, Mr. Pigpen, what's up, buddy? So 2 race cars. One of those is a ZL1, and one of those is not your Mazda. Did that little 0.1 liter fucking blow up yet? And you ready for a LS1? Put it in the comments. All right, guys. Let me see here. I'll bring that bad boy in. Boom.
Last week I watched a video by 337 Speed in which he mentioned OBD3 and some features that may be coming to the automotive world soon. I put up a short reacting to that, my thoughts on some of those features, and I got some very concerning comments, half of you telling me that I was lying. I had never watched a video like that. That video didn't exist. OBD3 doesn't exist, and I should stop clickbaiting you. And the other half of you informed me that OBD3 was already here. I was late to the party, and again, I should stop clickbaiting you. And unfortunately, that opinion would make all of you incorrect. So As an informed party, I feel completely obligated to make sure that all you motorheads, wrench jockeys, and driveway monkeys are as informed as I am by the end of this video, because what we are potentially calling OBD3 is an existential threat to our very way of life. Now, for those that do not know, OBD3 is the de facto name being given to the incipient process of government agencies, insurance companies, and automotive OEMs to install bidirectional communications and ultimate control into and over your vehicle. In this video, we will explain what all that mumbo jumbo means.
So, and I'm just going to stop it right there, because here's the one thing that bugs me. OBDT, if I can say it myself, OBD2 is onboard diagnostics level 2. Nobody says the level 2. We back in, what was it, Corey? The late 80s, early 90s, we had OBD1.
Yeah.
And
OBD2
it was a plug.
Camaro come in 95, I believe.
Did the 93 have it?
No, OBD1. The 94 was OBD1.
Yeah.
Actually, the 93, it still had the chip in it, so I don't know if that's OBD1 or not.
I'll have to go back and look. I thought they implemented OBD2 in 93. I'm not sure. OBD3 is part of the objective to turn you into a stationary battery for money generation. Yeah, subject to whatever they please. Needed to be said. Well, this is the place to do it, because I've been in YouTube jails more times than you can freaking count. Now, if we get into anything TOS, I'm going to have to freaking shut it down. But OBD3, they put a name on it before. They actually put a label to it, and they called it OBD3. I specifically remember this back in 2010. Anything on the websites, 2010 era, I'm not sure. But as soon as they put a label on it and they made a definitive change, said, we're going to be going to the next level, guys, and this is what it's going to include. And it was all this same bullshit. And everybody threw a fit down here in the States. Everybody threw a fit. No, you can't do that, but you know what I mean? Everybody was, lawyered up, ready to go. They were ready to just sue and go to war for it. Fast forward, another 10 years or so, here the hell we go. We got this administration in office, and all of a sudden, they don't even tell you about it. They just what they're doing is they're just slipping in minuscule little parts. You know what I mean? They're just doing like little add-ons, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I'll pick the flag up and run with it, sir. So they're not telling we're not going to the next level. We're just doing, we're mandating kill switches. Well, we're mandating this, we're mandating that, and we're going to just do all these little add-ons, and we're just doing it. You know what I mean? So this is kind of a lot of the reason why I got rid of my ZL1. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. It sucked. It was such a financial loss for me. I'm still recovering from it. It was a cactus swipe to the dick. I'll tell you, it really was. So I the car's gone, but I feel I got a 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix, rusted out piece of shit, 300,000 miles on it, and I love it. It's inconspicuous. It flies under the radar. It doesn't tell on me. I was working on the suspension. I was like, God, this thing's super simple compared to that ZL1. So let's keep going. But I did want to break it down. That there's a big there's a big difference between people's reaction when they say OBD3 and when they just implement tiny little changes to OBD2. Because OBD2, would you agree, Corey, that is very capable? There's a lot of data and information.
Well, it does a lot more today than what it did when it came out. My car's OBD2.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't have all this stuff on it that the new ones have.
Yeah, but I mean, it pretty much, for a gasoline internal combustion engine, it's pretty much got all the data that one would need. Do you think?
Oh, mine, you mean? My old one?
No, I'm just saying in general, like a 2020, like a new car out today, OBD2 it's got all the data that to fix, to modify. Modify is a little bit different because you're taking it to the very extreme. But
plus,
go ahead.
like
I'm sorry,
said,
sir.
they've been adding stuff to it all the time too.
Absolutely, and it's a very good architecture, and it's lasted since 1996, and there's a reason why. We're coming up on 30 years, and the only reason that they're wanting to switch to OBD3 or something like it is, well, let's just get into it. I'll keep going with the video. I'll shut my pie hole.
Means we will also discuss why they would do this, how they could do this, and most importantly, what does this mean for automotive culture and just the human driving experience? Because you don't have to be a car guy or gal to enjoy driving. Let's start at the beginning here. What is OBD? What does it stand for? What's OBD2? And how in the world did we get to OBD3? Well, OBD stands for onboard diagnostics. It is in fact the computer system that ties together all the subsystems in your vehicle. More specifically, it was designed and implemented to monitor and cut down on emissions, and I'd like to note that it has done an incredibly good job. The implementation of onboard diagnostics and the subsequent systems that it necessitated has done an incredible job to clean up vehicles, and we will discuss that more in a minute. Through a series of sensors, this onboard diagnostic system is able to collect pertinent data on how your vehicle is operating. It's able to move that to a data acquisition system, and then you are able to pull that information out of the onboard diagnostic system. On OBD2, that's the trapezoidal plug underneath your steering column that you plug your scanner into, and it tells you what your codes are. That's the data acquisition sensor. That's how you talk to OBD2. This is the same system that's responsible for your check engine lights, and it's been mandated on all cars since 1996. Before 96, we did have OBD1, very similar idea, a much smaller number of sensors. Functionally, you can think of onboard diagnostics as an alarm system for the emissions control equipment installed in your car, as well as a gatekeeper for that same equipment. Because of
So, Corey, I just had a question. I'm going to stop it here simply because of copyright. But do you remember? Yeah, 3800 Series 2, baby. Thing will run forever. Swear to God. Just change oil and feed it gas. Was there different types of OBD1?
I don't know. Like I say, I don't. The 93 it still had the replaceable EEPROM chip. So I don't know if that was considered OBD1 or not.
Okay.
See, when you went to 94, no longer had the chip. You had to flash it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like 10 years old. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to think back. I've had a couple of Fox Body Mustangs, but they really didn't give me that much trouble engine wise. You know what I mean? So I know you pretty much, you had a little connector and you just took a jumper wire is all they called it. And sometimes, people would use like a paper clip and then just flash a certain sequence. And then and then you just, okay, well, I got 11 flashes. So that's this, you know what I mean? So, and then you just go in and start inspecting physical manual parts, and that's how you would fix your car. But I wasn't sure if it was different. If it, like, did 11 flashes mean misfire amongst all cars, or was it just that Ford Mustang, or was it different for Nissan? Different, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I know was that 94, I took all the emissions equipment off that, and it never even set a check engine light.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I pulled everything off it.
Attaboy.
Out of everything I did to the car, never threw a check engine light the whole time that I had it.
Yeah, they were pretty. It was pretty archaic, bud. I mean, it was pretty rude. It says, yes, in the name of emissions, First Red Flags organization, delete all emissions. He's going to get into it here in just a little bit. Trust me, bud. This is. I'm just going to keep going with it.
of onboard diagnostics too. You cannot remove things like an O2 sensor. That's been deemed necessary emissions equipment, and it will trigger a check engine light. That can affect how the vehicle is running, as it's no longer able to use that sensor for data that it needs to create a complete picture of your engine's health. Additionally, that could have other implications for the driver. Maybe you can't get the car registered or inspected. Now, the thing about OBD2 is that you can get around it. There are ways to delete things like an O2 sensor or a NOx sensor. We've been talking a lot on this channel about deactivating SCIM on Jeeps and Dodges and reprogramming VINs. All of that is totally possible with OBD2. You need a special set of tools and a special set of expertise, but it's not rocket surgery, and a number of people know how to do it. And when you do something like that to a vehicle, it's permanent, and it usually is very difficult to detect. So if you...
This is the stream I wish Justin was able to hop on, because that guy would have a lot of information for this portion of it. But this man, he's dancing around it lightly, is all I'm going to say. There's a lot to expand on there, and he's passing over it pretty quick. But
put a tune on a vehicle, it doesn't reset next time you restart your car or when you replace your battery. That's now how that car is set. And furthermore, if you get pulled over and a cop suspects you have modified the computer of your vehicle, there's no way for him to confirm that right there. He can say, this car's got a tune. And you can say, no, it doesn't. And it's just your word against his, even though you were crackling and popping all the way out of the quick check there. This brings us to OBD3, which first and foremost is not a thing yet. It's not, the cars don't have OBD3 because OBD3 isn't really a thing. It's more of a nebulous idea for a lot of technology and policies and equipment that's being discussed about being implemented into new cars in the very near future. So when we talk about OBD3, I'm not really talking about like a single computer system or something like that. It's an idea. And specifically, it's an idea that's being pushed by government agencies, insurance companies, and the OEMs. They want to know how you drive. They want to know maintenance you've performed, maintenance you've neglected, maintenance that's still required, modifications you've installed, parts you've deleted, software manipulations, and they want to increase the ability for paywalled features. And this is why some people think OBD3 is already out there, because we have already seen some of these paywall features. I think it was BMW where your heated seats are on a monthly subscription service now, and if you don't pay, you just don't have heated seats anymore. OEMs want to do more of that, recurring revenue. It's the future of capitalism. But a hurdle they need to get over is the how. And that's another comment that I got a lot. Hey, don't worry, bud, they can't do this.
Bullshit. I assure you, they can do it. So can I ask you, Corey, are you seeing any of this in Canada? Do they talk about this? Is it in the car communities?
I haven't heard nothing about it, but again, I don't watch the news or anything, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it was just like he was saying, OBD3 is not a thing yet. It's not a thing yet. That kind of, it clicked with me just now. It's not a thing because, like I've said, they're not even worried about OBD3. They're just expanding on OBD2 and adding whatever the hell they want into the cars and saying, well, it's mandated. By such and such year, these cars have to have.
The thing that stands out to me is, and some car companies have already done it, like he said, with the heated seats, subscriptions. That's what they want. That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Everything's now.
Yes.
Just
yes,
now,
sir.
I'll be stuck in the wintertime, and I forgot to update my subscription. I can't get the truck in 4-wheel drive. That's what
you want in, Mark?
What they want.
Does Mark want in? Mark, you want in? I don't know if it'll let me. It said I have 2 seats because I didn't want to pay $50 a month for this. So I know I said I wasn't going to use StreamYard. I went back and rewatched the last stream on CCFBG Garage with Mark, and I was having audio problems. I didn't know if it was on what end, so I didn't want to risk it, and I just know that this works. So text me if you want in. I'll try to send you a link if you want it, sir. Skydog Pigpen says, "Wish I didn't know how the world works. Ignorance is bliss." Yeah, it could, but Yeah. Okay, bud. I was just checking. I want you to feel left out. You know, dude, you got to know about this kind of stuff because they're gonna freaking come at they're gonna sneak attack your ass out of left field, and you got to be able to freaking, you know, stand up for yourself and protect your shit. So they can't control your car. Yeah, no shit. Motherfucker, that's that was actually a good one. That they can't control your car. And that's the scary part about the whole thing. And that was the part where I gave up on all GMs on any global system. A, B, C, Z2. I don't give a fuck. I'm done. And I'm not paying to be treated like this. So but it's just like Corey was saying, it's money. They want that, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to figure out an easy, low effort way to get in your pockets, and that's all this is. That's all this is.
Well, you look at this subscription deal. Once time it was just Netflix. Now everybody's in on it. Disney.
Yeah, Hulu, Mulu,
Apple.
Facebook.
There's a ton of them now. And it just ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
but see, it sucks all the fun out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, if there's a show you want to watch, I'm sorry, it's not on your subscription. You gotta buy a different subscription, and then it'd be something else you want to watch. Well, it's on something else. Before you know it, you're paying more than you ever did with satellite or cable anyway.
Yes, you're exactly right.
You watch. They're going to try and bring that into the cars, and when they do, they won't sell no new car to me. Well, they won't sell no new car to me now anyway because they want too much money. But
well, you just wait. Till it gets into the we're gonna get into this video a little bit more, and he gets into detail. He brings up some ideas as to where shit can go, and it's like I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, the innocence I can feel from you, man, because it's. Hang on, let me see here. Trying to send Mark a link here. I'm sorry. The innocence I'm just suspecting from this dude. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, dude, connecting the dots, we're pretty much there. Like we're, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Can you carry me for a minute here, Corey?
What am I supposed to do?
Shadow puppets, do something here. My email's doing the same thing it did to you. So I'm trying to. Let me see here.
Mike Burley, you got to stop emailing me. I'm not trading my 2002 for your ZL1.
Oh man,
he's not even watching, is he?
What's that? I don't know. He likes to be a mouse in the corner. All right, Mark. Check your email. We could try it, bud. Let's get back. Oh man, that needs to be a fucking t-shirt. That needs to be a t-shirt. Yeah. You spoiled it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back at it in here.
We don't have the technology to do this. We don't have the technology to what? Are you kidding me? What the heck is Starlink? People want to know how we might implement OBD3 type ideas. Starlink is the foremost thing. In fact, Tesla's already doing it, but we could absolutely set up a situation where governments mandate cars be able to connect to public satellite networks. Additionally, they can use roadside monitors. So they got monitors on the side of the road. Your car is able to speak with these monitors. So anytime you are going over the speed limit, it sends your VIN, your location, and your speed to this monitor. Then it sends a ticket to you from whatever town you were in. And additionally, your insurance raises your rate because you're an unsafe driver. Something that's already implemented now are cars that connect to your home Wi-Fi. Every time you pull in your garage, it connects to your Wi-Fi. Why? Well, there are necessary software updates we need to do. So the car's got to connect to the Wi-Fi. But while they're in there, might as well make sure you didn't delete your cats, right? So real quick, let's do a deep dive on these 3 groups that want to implement this so we can further understand why in the world this is such a big deal. First and foremost will be the OEMs. We talked a little bit about recurring revenue and the subscription paywall model, and I think that's relatively straightforward. Premium audio is $20 a month. You don't want to pay for that, you get an FM radio. You want heated seats, it's a monthly subscription service. Further to that, and what they really want is to kill what's called right to repair. And a lot of you already know what I'm talking about. I'm going to specifically use 2 companies as an example when I'm discussing this, because they are the 2 companies that have been at the forefront of trying to murk right to repair for years now. Ford and John Deere. Both Ford and John Deere believe that when you buy a Ford or a John Deere, what you are buying is proprietary technology, not just the software, but the collection of nuts and bolts and cables and all the stuff. An F-150 is not an F-150. It's not a truck. It's a Ford proprietary piece of technology. So you don't have the right to repair it. The guy down at the corner shop doesn't have the right to repair it. The guy at Pep Boys doesn't have the right to repair it. The only organization that has the right to repair, modify, adjust anything on a Ford F-150 would be Ford. You need wipers, and there's special wipers. You're gonna need to go to the dealer. And if you go rogue and get some Chinesium ones off Amazon, your wipers won't work because they're Bluetooth and they need to talk with the mothership. It's just an example. It's a terrifying example, but it's one that I could totally see happening.
How would you feel about that? Let's. I'm stopping it right there. How do you feel about that?
Did you see that video where the guy drove his car through the showroom and then threw the keys at him? That's what I'd be doing.
I need a fucking link for that, sir. I need a link. So after this stream's over, please send me that link. I did not hear about that. No.
I don't even know where I've seen it now. It was one of them shorts on YouTube.
Wow.
Anyway, that's what he did. He drove her into the showroom and
did you yeah. Tracy sent me a link to a dealership that he took his special edition Yenko Camaro worth $97,000. Told him specifically not to leave the lot. And the service advisor and the tech were down the interstate doing 90, gunning it, lost control, wiped out, and totaled it.
What? Say that again?
Yes. Yeah. It was Tracy, what state was that in? I think it was Connecticut, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. It was for the clutch. For when you hit the clutch and the car wouldn't start. It was randomly acting up. So a car had like 800 miles. He flatbedded it there, and he told him the car doesn't leave the lot, no test driving. And they were supposed to just fix that one part, that tells the car when to start. That's what I hate about all this electronic shit. It's stupid because they're putting electronics where there doesn't need to be electronics just for the sake of data collection. It's bullshit. But yeah. So anyways, they ended up disregarding what the owner, his wishes, and they took it down the interstate I-90. I think that's what they said. And 90 miles an hour. And the car, the PDR told them how fast they were going, what they were doing, what gear they were in. I don't know if it had audio recorded or not, but the throttle position sensor knew exactly that they were gunning it when the car lost control. And total it 800, less than 1,000 miles. And now he's trying to sue the dealership, but yeah, it's a to be continued type thing, but I didn't mean to get off course here.
Anyway, what that guy was saying, that stuff, he's talking about windshield wipers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If they do that, that'll be the end of them. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they're messing with bankruptcy right now by having the prices so high. You start
and then they're trying to Yeah, and they're trying to switch over to EV, and they're trying to tell everybody you're gonna fucking do this. And I'm gonna bring up another video here. I'll try see if I can't find it. But I mean, fucking windshield wipers. It's petty, but I could see them doing it. Can't you?
That's the thing. Yeah, I can see them doing it.
And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna pay $100 per wiper? Do you know what I'm saying?
They won't be selling one of them to me. Is all I can tell them.
This is where, yeah, everything's predatory. Automotive Rhapsody says, "Damn, he's on the ball tonight." Yeah, it's predatory lending. Everybody's getting predatory with. I mean, everything is getting cranked up to 11 these days. Credit cards. I will give it to Biden's administration because he did stamp it out. But credit card lenders, they were wanting to fricking just overnight crank your fees to 38 point something %. And that's something they did put the kibosh on. I was kind of happy with that. But I mean, that's like one of a handful of things throughout 4 years, I will say. But yeah, why they didn't stop the automotive, I know why. But because they're wanting to go to EV, they're wanting to ruin your experience with the gasoline internal combustion engine so hard that you just comply. See it our way, bitch. Yeah, I was right. It was Connecticut. Yeah, $97,000 Hendrick edition Camaro. Yes, sir. Yep. I'm guessing 2 people got fired that day.
You think?
All right, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Let me add it back in.
The OEMs don't want you modifying your car. They hate that we modify our cars. No hot rodding. That's what they've been trying to kill. No hot rodding. So we would have a situation where if you buy a brand new Ford Mustang and you install an aftermarket exhaust, they brick your car. Your warranty's been voided. They already knew that, but now they brick your car until you can prove that you have a Ford factory or authorized exhaust. And by the way, you can't put it in. Ford has to put it in. Now, the OEMs are the biggest problem here because they're the ones making the car. So they just put the stuff in if they want to. They don't have to lobby anyone. And what's very telling is that the OEMs are not lobbying against this right now. OEMs, especially automakers, never change anything unless they absolutely have to or it's going to make them money. Nobody's telling them they have to, and they're not saying they don't want to right now, even though it's retooling and rethinking and all that. So the OEMs are on board. They want this kind of technology in your car so that they can limit your ability to modify it, so that they can tie you into service plans and tie you into dealer service, and so that they can create recurring revenue. It's the future of capitalism, trust me. Now, what the governments are doing is they are using the guise of environmental concern. It's a very, very good tactic because it's very difficult to lobby against environmental concerns, even if the implementation of those are freaking insane.
I'm gonna let him give this one
penguins,
example.
You can't say, it's not worth it. It's a penguin, right? You got to save the penguin. So what the government's going to do is they're going to say, if you speed, you're burning more fuel, you're being unsafe on the public, but also it's an environmental concern. So the EPA is going to send you a ticket. Your local municipality is going to send you a ticket for speeding. Additionally, your license is going to get points, and we are sending a note to your insurance company. We'll get to that one in a second. Government, additionally, with modifications, they don't want you modifying your cars out there. So they're going to say modified exhaust, modified intakes, different tunes, different cams, any of that stuff, even different wheels and tires. We can make rims, wheels that have to match with the car. And if you swap them off, your car doesn't work or you get a fine for modifying, all right?
Bugatti did it. McLaren did it. What do you think of that?
Well, my advice would be go get your muscle car today before this happens.
I am so happy somebody else is saying this because everybody looks at me as this low-dose show. Oh, you're just being a fucking hater. Oh, you're just, you're being paranoid. Everybody's out to get you. And it's like,
hasn't it been proven that they are sharing your information with insurance companies?
We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but yeah, you're right.
If you're driving around ZL1, you're not going to be driving the speed limit all the time. You're going to give it. You know what I mean? So you don't want that shit going back to the insurance company.
Why? Why do they need the data though? This is my Bigfoot. This is my Sasquatch. I'm looking for that fucking reason why. I'm gonna find it one day. But I that's the one thing. It's like, okay, well, you're just sitting back collecting data. You're sitting here watching everybody doing all this racing. I'm sitting here and like after all the bullshit that I've been through the past in 20 probably, you know, half of 2024 with that fucking car, and I'm sitting here watching everybody on, you know, street racing and shit on these fucking YouTube videos, and I'm just like, man, you guys don't have any idea what's coming, or you guys don't know what you're putting out there. I'm kind of nervous. I mean, as far as right now, the US has like a protection for our like privacy rights, but it's like whisper thin, man. I mean, one fucking bad vote in Congress or legislature or whatever, and you're done. You're cooked. It's over. I don't know.
You know the party that don't want you to have no privacy.
Yeah. The part. Yeah, they don't want you to have shit, man. Okay, brother. Let's. I'm gonna shut up here quick enough just to keep going here.
You could see this in South Carolina. I'm not for squatted trucks, but those boys had the right to do that. They shouldn't have been told they couldn't do that. That's the government saying, you know what? I just don't like that you guys are having fun without us. So maybe nobody gets to have fun. And this OBD3 stuff type technology is absolutely the manifestation of that. They hate that we're having fun without their approval. So they got to kill it somehow. And if they could possibly make some money off you in the meantime, all the better. And then the final layer on this shit cake are the insurance companies, whose goal is to raise your rate as much as possible while simultaneously limiting the amount they have to pay out in claims. And they are legally obligated by their board of directors to do this. This is the problem with companies like this. They literally, we just found this out with that Target lawsuit over the bathing suit thing, they're legally obligated to do what's best for their board of directors. Well, that means making money. And how does an insurance company make more money? Well, they raise your rate and limit the amount they have to pay out. And how do they do that? Insurance companies love to put gotchas in there. So what they will do is something like this. If this car is ever used in excess of the speed of 75 miles an hour, all future claims will be denied. That'll be in the fine print that you sign the day you get your insurance that you're just trying to get through because you just bought a new car and you're excited for the new car, and the stupid insurance app is taking forever. And of course, you're not going to read 17 pages. You literally just bought a car and you're standing in the DMV. The point is, those things are in there right now. There are gotchas in your insurance policy designed to make sure they don't have to pay your claim out. And this OBD3 stuff is going to give them even more. They get a notification that you were driving aggressively based on the sensors in your car and the sensors in someone else's car and the sensors on the road. Your rates go up. They get a notice that you were driving in New York City. Well, you didn't tell us you were driving in New York City. I thought you drove in rural New Jersey. Well, New York City is a more dangerous place to drive, so we're going to have to raise your rates. You've been in the city 3 times in the last 6 months. Oh, you were driving at 2 in the morning? Most people that are driving at 2 in the morning are drunk idiots. So we're going to raise your rate because you're driving at 2 in the morning. As a further to all that, imagine a Carfax that gives your vehicle a grade that is specifically tied to the who, what, where, why, when, and how you drove that vehicle. And it can give you specific examples. It's like, nope. Only 27% was highway. 33% was stop and go traffic. He did 902 hard pulls from stoplights over 10 years. It's not going to make buying used cars easier, I assure you. So what are our final thoughts here? Well, 100%. This is an invasion of privacy. In the United States, you have a right to property and you have a right to privacy of that property. All right. Now, if you go in and you lease a car, I think they probably have the right to do this. You've rented a car from them. They own that car still. They have a right to check on how you're driving it, where you're driving it, when you're driving it. Same thing goes if the bank buys your car for you. I do. I think the bank probably has the right to say, we want enhanced OBD technology on this car so that we can make sure that our asset is being used in accordance with what was signed on the dotted lines to.
But nothing, motherfucker. This is why I think that this is part of the reason why I think that we're playing into sky high fucking MSRPs. Because when people sign up for these predatory loans, like what Rhapsody was just fucking saying, you don't know what you're signing up for. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You're signing on the dotted line for 96 months, 120 months. Look at me, bitches. I'm rolling in a fucking Lambo. This is what you're signing up for. You're caging yourself. I mean, I'm just saying it's a theory. It's off the hip, but what do you think?
You know that's what they want. What he's saying sounds crazy, but that's what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. But if I was saying it on my 3,100 subs, I'm just a weird fuck. So I'm happy somebody else is saying it. If I own my cars, then they should not bother me. That's what I said. I said it all along. Go back to my video where I showed you guys how to take your car off the grid. I told you, I don't feel like it's mine. If I pay for it, if I'm sitting here spending $2,000 a month, it should be my car, and it's not. But legally in the fine print, I think he has a point. It's the bank's asset. And until you pay that $120,000 ZL1 off, you're fucking hosed. So, I don't know. And especially with these EVs like the 140,000, what's that new Hummer going for? The payments are absolutely, it is jaw-dropping. Yeah. But my thing is why do they need the data? Why do they need it? We were never concerned about this before. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Automotive Rhapsody says, they said it was cheaper if I loaned 2 Tahoes at once. With the value $60K and I can't change what I'm drowning in. Yeah. I honestly think that might be the goal, is just drowned the average consumer in a freaking super long time span loan. That way they got you on the hook, man. It's not your car, it's the bank's. You just heard him. Yeah. That's why I got rid of my car. Dude, right there. They're already collecting it. They've been collecting it since Global A. Fuck that. I'm sorry. Oh, I think we got a hack, dude.
What's up?
It said I had 2 seats.
That means you can stream to 2 channels.
So we can't have 4? Is that what this means?
No. You can stream to your YouTube and a Facebook page at the same time.
Oh shit, dude! I'm sorry.
Like we have a Facebook. Like I have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And obviously the channel.
Yeah.
And you can broadcast to those both at the same time.
Well, now we know.
Premium, then you can broadcast to Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, but you got to pay extra for that, right?
Now we know. Now we know. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I feel bad. I'm sorry, Mark.
No, it's
yeah. I said it online.
You could have more people. You could have more people, dude. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you can have 6 or 8 on the free plan. I'm coming back to this anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They did tweak StreamYard a bit, so.
Well, the restream, the audio sucked, so I didn't want to chance it. And like I said, So, anyways, I don't want to kill the momentum.
No,
he says,
sorry.
No, you're fine, bud. Skydog says, yes, exactly. But do you have anything to add to this whole thing? Have you been watching? I don't know.
I do, but I'm a couple minutes late so it's
okay.
At this point.
Okay. Well, we're within spitting distance. I'm sorry of closing in on this. So let's go ahead.
If you indulge me for a minute.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Buddy's information was a bit flawed in my opinion.
Ooh, it's a video?
Yeah, with Ford and their right to repair. Ford and GM pay into this program that mechanics can use. Dodge does not. Well, they didn't. They may now, but they didn't at one point.
Okay.
So I don't listen. I don't fully disagree with a lot of you saying, but some of it was a little flawed in my opinion. But
yeah, well, I'm sure there's holes, and I'm sure there's holes in everybody's theory. And like I said, nothing has been written into effect yet, so everything's subject to change. Like I said, this topic has just hit the ground within the past like week or two, so I wanted to throw my 2 cents in the till. Given the experience I've had with my blue car, I didn't have any problems with my OJ, but my channel was like 1K sub. So I mean, you know what I mean? I didn't start gaining traction or gaining attention until I fucking got ZL1. As soon as everybody saw ZL1, they started clicking more. So, but more clicks, more attention, more bullshit, more money, more problems. I mean, it all scales up, yeah, as you can imagine. But I'd imagine some things are going to change for the better, for the worse. Who knows? We'll just have to keep talking about it. But I do want to make people aware of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, is there anything you want to talk about before we keep going with the video and finish it up?
Talking to me or talking to Corey?
You, since you're joining in here.
Well, I want to say hello to my fellow Canadian content creator there.
Yeah.
And you know what? A majority of the regular car buyers outside of the subscription stuff I'm talking about, you know, the info collection, and most people don't even think about it.
No.
You know, they get in their car, they drive it, they ask for directions, and they move on.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they're not as, you know, that they're less smart or anything. I'm just saying most the average person doesn't care. You know, it's up to, you know, people like us to point this out and say, here,
yeah,
you know, this is what's going on, and you have a choice, and either you're okay with it or you're not.
Yeah. I think that they have the mentality of, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so what the fuck do I have to hide? You know what I mean? And I think you might be right on that.
Yeah,
but
I don't necessarily agree with the subscription-based stuff, and I think a lot of people aren't.
Nobody does.
BMW is really the only one that has continued to carry on with it. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure Mercedes and lots of others, but BMW's first one comes to mind. And
I think it's extortion.
GM thought they were going to make, I think, what was the number? Like over like $20 million a year just in services. Right?
That's what he was saying. Reoccurring revenue.
Yeah.
It's low hanging fruit. It's low effort, high reward, I guess is what you want to say. It's an easy target. But people aren't stupid. The public's not dumb. You know, people aren't going to put up with this shit. They don't really, you know what I mean?
I think it's, you know, I think the OnStar services and the remote, you know, the remote start stuff.
Yeah, like what the fuck, man?
That, you know, people buy into that, but like subscription for heated seats and that's a bit of a reach in my opinion.
When you're paying $1,200 a month for a car,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you think that shit should be included.
You would think, yeah, I agree. It should be.
Yeah. The days of like a $350 car payment are gone, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's the wild, wild west, man. I mean, they're going to have to come. I hate to say it, but I'm afraid somebody's going to have to step in and start capping shit because it's like buying a fucking house anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a runaway train where just hyperinflation just fucking kills it. So, like I said, we got like 5 minutes. Let's just finish up this video, and then I got some shit to talk about. Fuck. Let me edit in here. Fuck.
When I go into the dealer, I slap my greenbacks down, and I just take the car in his mind. Hands off, bud. Get this out of here. Get out of here. When I pay off that loan, the day I pay off the loan, and the bank says, thank you very much, goodbye, we'll see you on the next one, No mas, all right? Because it's an invasion of privacy to have somebody in your vehicle, and not just monitoring technology, which you now own, but it's technology that you use for transportation. So if you're monitoring and tracking my car, you're monitoring and tracking me. And I guess if we really were achieving a goal here, this would be worth it. But what we're chasing are negligible numbers. This isn't the 1970s. LA is not choking to death. Our tailpipes are not belching leaded smoke out into the atmosphere. We have cleaned up cars and the process of acquiring petroleum so much in the last 75 years that we're pretty much there. It's not one of the biggest problems anymore. Go look at some of the other major polluters, because if that was really your goal, you'd be leaving cars alone. Because if you run the numbers based on the amount of function they add for our society, society's got to move. We got to move. Bikes and walking's not going to cut it. Too big.
Dude, look, seriously. So he didn't touch base on it here, but I did want to say that if you really want to freaking tackle this, you need to stop looking at cars. Because what about, me and Mike Burley were talking about this. What about jets? I know that tugboats, just a boat in general. Have you ever went boating, Corey?
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed? How much fuel those things consume?
Oh, they got to work hard. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Same with a snowmobile.
Are snowmobiles the same? I'm not around sleds a whole lot.
Yeah, they're hard on fuel because they got to work so hard getting through the snow.
Mark, do you feel like
What's that, buddy?
Do you feel like I threw you in the deep end there?
No, I didn't have any chance to say hi to everybody. So
yeah, no, hit the ground. You hit the ground running in a hot spot there. So
boats consume a lot of fuel. I'll tell you when, especially when they got twin big blocks in them.
Yeah, 502s, or what I mean.
We took one out for a quick blast years ago.
How many gallons?
And we put in, I don't know. I think we put in $100. It was like,
yes,
it was nothing, and it didn't even move the needle.
No,
it was bone empty, right? It didn't even move the needle. I was like,
you go out there tubing or boating or what, what I mean, for like half a day. Oh, dude, it's insane. And then me and Mike Burley were talking about jets, the gallons per hour those things consume. Yeah. I mean, it's just insane. And boats, or I'm sorry, the what are those barges? Is that what they call them that move the containers, shipping containers?
Yeah.
Cars are like the least of it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of gas.
What?
Fucking snow blowers when you fucking snows here every day.
The motherfucker's 3 foot deep, like you were showing on your channel.
Yeah,
I saw that. Well, yeah, I mean, cars are like, and he's absolutely right. When OBD2 came in, if you just open up OBD2, you can look at all the parameters. Cars have really, from carbureted days to 2024, don't you think that the efficiency of gallons per mile has went drastically up?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have.
Listen, you know what? Not a lot of people like carbs overall. Okay?
As in what? Are you saying like an enthusiast or what?
Well, I'm just saying car people in general, people who drive cars. I'm not talking about enthusiasts, okay? There's not a lot of good carb guys anymore because people have just kind of gotten away from it, right? But I will tell you, there's when OBD2 come out and you could hook up a tuner to it, and I can put 50, 60 horse into my truck within 20 minutes on a computer.
Yeah. And pick up increase efficiency.
Yeah. And I get 700 miles to a tank of fuel on a 30-gallon tank.
Yeah. And these jets are not making it.
40 horse or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like it's nuts.
It's insane, because I was talking to one of the guys at the airport, and those little trucks that pull up to these jets hold 10,000 gallons of fuel, and he said sometimes these jets will almost take it all.
But I remember the days where I would remember adjusting the carb in my 85s that you could lean it out. Depending on certain type of year, you would lean it out a little more than you would. Now you don't want to go too aggressive, obviously, but
I mean, and then they brought in the EGR, exhaust gas recirculation valves. I mean, I think cars have got the worst treatment of it all. Look at trains. The diesel engines that I mean, I think if you're looking to reduce the carbon footprint, cars is probably.
You know what, dude? It's an excuse it's an excuse. Yeah, it's a revenue grab. That's all it is. I mean, fucking cows pollute more than cars do.
That's what. Yeah, and then they say that that we've actually got too efficient to where all the greenery on Earth. They had a number figured out to where it was like the trees and the plant and the greenery needed so much carbon. Do you guys remember hearing that like last year or the year before?
I've heard that before. Yeah.
I got some smart motherfuckers in our fucking audience. Oh, yeah. Yeah. China's just poured right in the fucking lake. Right in the fucking lake. Hey. Yep. All right, let's finish off this video here, guys.
Too big. Now, while it's chasing what's essentially a vanishingly small amount of progress, it's adding a tremendous amount of cost to new cars, which trickles down to the price of used cars, which trickles down to the price of everything. Even if you don't buy a used car, the guy who comes to fix your plumbing, he's got to buy a van. He's got to buy a van, and Amazon needs to buy vehicles, and UPS needs to buy vehicles, and your local police municipality need to buy vehicles. If the vehicles all those people have to buy are now more expensive, the services they offer you are going to be more expensive. Duh. And while it's adding all this cost, it's not even adding any value to the customer. I know like 3 people in my life that would probably like to have.
Now, on top of no value, they're going to make them federally exempt. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. What about all the exemptions they're going to give?
OBD3 type technology in their car, and the rest of us would say no thank you. I don't think I need that level of surveillance in my life, and I don't think I want that level of other people watching what I do at all times. Leave me a comment down in the squawk boxes if you would be someone who would be signing up first in line to get your OBD3 stuff installed. I'm suspecting there's not going to be a lot of comments like that. Now we've added all this extra cost for no actual benefit, and it's worth noting that this kind of policy would absolutely affect poor individuals and poor communities worse than others, and that is a topic that a lot of people like to bring up when discussing issues like this today. If you can afford a brand new Cadillac and you chop the exhaust off and have somebody put a cap back on, you may just choose to pay the monthly fine to have that awesome thing in your life because you can afford it because you're wealthy.
Is that where we're at?
Oh, that's
is that where we're at? Where we just choose to like you're gonna pay a magical penalty tax?
If they actually done something like this, is car sales going to be even worse than what they are now. People ain't going to buy. A lot of people like
that's my thing is, do you think people would comply with this? There's a small portion that's not
going to buy. But it's like Mark mentioned, regular car people that aren't into cars, just want to drive cars.
That's what I'm talking about.
But if they find out that their information is being sent to an insurance company, and it can raise their prices, they're going to make a kick too. They might not care that they're being monitored, but when it comes to charging them more money, then they'll put up a kick too, even people who are not car people. Because everybody speeds at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not always obeying the speed. I do.
Oh, what do they say?
Drive over the speed limit, but most people,
the average American, Oh, of course. They say the average person wakes up and commits like, what is it, 12 to 15 felonies without even knowing it every day. Because there's just rule after rule after rule. Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. We got to make a law for that. I don't want, you know what I mean? And it's getting ridiculous. And I'm going to play a quick little short video after this one. But yes, I'm with you, Corey. The information needs to be presented out there. I don't think that you need to follow it like a cult, but I think that people need to know. And I mean,
not happening, dude. I'm going to put some stats up here in a second.
What's that? That's a what? That's a what? Mark's a number guy. I like it. Tracy said some people would because they don't think for themselves. Just cheat. Follow another sheet. You and I talked about this on the very first time that we spoke on the phone. Not educating themselves. I think every generation needs to come in. Ask why. Think for yourself. Ask older people. Laws make money and breaking laws make even more money. It's just that. How you fucking argue with that?
Yeah.
How you argue with that?
The AIA is not going to allow that to happen, dude.
What? Say it again.
Repeat that. The AIA is not going to allow that to happen.
What? Allow what?
About getting a fine for putting an aftermarket exhaust on your car.
No, I don't.
I think it would have to go awfully far. But
so,
I mean,
David said, I put up, anybody want to guess the annual aftermarket parts revenue a year is in the U.S. and David put
35 billion.
No. Keep going. Times that by 10.
Fuck you.
$183 billion a year in the U.S.
Well, is that parts or is that parts and service?
That's aftermarket parts.
Whoa.
There you go. I didn't make that number up. Right there. 380. Oh, that was in 2020. It's probably higher now.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, yeah. Online sales aftermarket 38 billion.
It's almost $1 trillion, dude. AIA ain't allowing that to happen. And there's big profit dollars.
So hey, while everybody's here, Camaro 7 coming back as gas or coming back as a battery?
Coming back as both.
I didn't see you like sitting on the fence. I thought you were going to pick side.
I think
that might be right.
If it comes back, gas, or like you said, a hybrid, but it won't be all electric.
No. I think they're going to have both. I think they're going to have a hybrid option, and they're going to be a gas option.
Yeah.
I thought you were implying the hybrid.
No, I think it's going to be both. I think they're going to follow what Dodge is doing.
Dodge is embarrassing themselves right now.
I think you'll see that electric Charger go away and become a hybrid.
Oh. There's some people that are defending it. All right. Okay. Let's finish this up here real quick, and then oh boy.
Or well off, or you budget, I don't care, whatever it is. The point is, if you have to buy a crappy old Maxima and the O2 sensor goes and you can't afford to replace the O2 sensor, and now you're getting fines which you can't afford to pay, so now they brick your car, so now you can't even get to work. That sounds like a story we would hear, and everybody would look at each other and be like, how did we get here? How did this happen? How did we get here? This is crazy. This is how we get here. Some idiot yapping to you on a crappy YouTube video because, and this is the most egregious part of all of this, and this is why I'm here today, truly. This is why I'm here to talk to you today. This technology being implemented is not being discussed through channels where the public would get to voice their opinion or even vote All right, we're not discussing proposition on this coming election's ballot. We're talking about economic policies, which are implemented and created behind closed doors by unelected officials. And that is not on the up and up, if you ask me. I think the argument there would be that the general public is just too dumb to possibly be part of that conversation.
I'm going to stop him right there. I don't think that they're too dumb. I think that the average person has got so much shit going on in their life. The fine print, the fine details, and all this stuff doesn't even register with them. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Taking care of kids, fucking living paycheck to paycheck, balancing this, running here, doing this, keeping up with that. I think that's kind of harsh and kind of stretched to call people stupid. I don't know. But I do think it's kind of our job to inform or at least bringing it up to the public. Life has become a game to collect as many oh, well. I might be winning right now because I got one. Scary accident becomes situation. Yeah. That's kind of like I said. I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards for the time being because can I ask you, Corey? Does your Camaro have any over-the-air updates like my ZL1 did? Like when you pull it in the garage, does it connect to Wi-Fi?
No.
Yeah, you might want to hang on to that, brother. I'm just saying.
Oh, I plan to. I can't afford to. If I were to buy a new vehicle, it's probably going to be a 4-wheel drive. I can't afford to buy any car, so it's probably a good thing Camaro is gone. Camaro.
I'm just going to leave.
My thing is,
I'm just going to leave this right here for you, Andrew.
Where? Man, I tell you what. Oh, we're gonna do some talking after the stream ends. So, anyways,
sorry.
No, you're fine. I honestly think that it's just like the aftermarket always has a fix for everything, and they keep bricking ECMs. They're making, and as a matter of fact, GM. 2 weeks ago, I read an article in GM Authority said that they're going to be actually taking it to the next step for Global B, making it even harder to crack the encryption on the Global B ECMs. So, I don't know why they're fighting it so hard. You know, Dodge is like, it's right here. Come and get it. Do what you will.
Yeah, but they're not, because we had a Dodge. There was a Dodge at the shop, and the mechanic couldn't fix it.
What? No, I'm talking about for aftermarket tuning, modifying. GM's like the E99 ECM they bricked, Global B C8. There was some aftermarket.
The 24 F-150 is still bricked. I don't know about the Mustang, but
is it? There was companies that went belly up, bankrupt, trying to crack the encryption on C8. So I don't know. It's like I said. By the time I truly get it all figured out, it's after the fact, and then you're just kind of, it's hindsight's 2020. But why we need all this data, I don't know. But I'm not. Stop the bus and let me off. That's where I'm at with it. What do you fellas think? That dude kind of pissed me off calling the public. I'm just gonna fucking leave his video there, but I will give him a shout out. It was D&E Garage. I'll leave if I think about it after the fact, I'll leave a link in the description. So before we move on to the next video, your thoughts, your conclusion, let's come to our own here. What do you think, Mark? I can see the gears turning.
No, I was trying to give Corey an opportunity to say his bit. I think once you find a good tuner, hold on to them. I've seen a lot of guys' motors get blown up because of bad tunes and bad tuners.
Yes. Absolutely. It's dangerous. How like I was saying,
yourself, you can, learn to do it yourself.
It's getting so hard now. We're the thing is like
I would imagine 6 gens it's pretty hard, but
it's very hard.
Fourth and fifths, it's still, I mean, if you're
like
new,
so like a Chevrolet Gen 2, Gen 3, you if you get your air fuel ratio dialed in, you can log, just check your log, and you get your air fuel dialed in, and you can monitor the basics, you're good to go. But once you got into Gen 4, once we threw VVT into it, I think it added another layer of complexity. And then when Gen 5 came in, when you had direct injection, it's a whole different ball game. And that's very good advice. Like Mark said, be extremely careful. That's why I brought
guys realize
what
how much damage you can do by leaning them out.
The power is actually
on the LS motors. I think they are a little bit more tolerance to them, but you get into the 5th gens and certainly the 6th gens with a direct injection, it's not good.
No, the power's in making it rich. That's where the power's at. I mean, the horsepower is what I'm saying. You feel your economy is going to go way down, but yeah, there's actually a lot of benefits, like cylinder quenching, keeping things cool, running the correct fuel. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's very good advice. Be very, very careful who you take your car to. Blowing the whole build over a $500 tune is a legendary stupid move. Yeah.
Yep. Seen a few guys do it.
Oh my God. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The last one I seen cost him his marriage $100,000.
I had 120 in that ZL1. Well, that's assuming I paid the whole car off. You know what I'm saying? But
that wasn't his fault. It wasn't. It was a husband and wife, one-time good friends of mine, and they took it to the wrong guy.
Yeah. And you do not get a warranty.
Nope. I think, I don't know so much. Well, HP Tuners is a bit open source, but
what
on the Ford side, which I've recently got into a bit because of the truck, you go to a company like Oz Tune, they'll back it a little bit because they're prepackaged tunes, right? You buy it, load it into a tuner,
Yeah, those tunes are usually down on power, and anybody that's taking street racing or whatever real seriously doesn't buy the packages like that. Those are usually for like collectors, people that just want a weekend drive. They dial it way back because you don't know where at in the country the car is going. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to make it super safe for elevation wise, where the quality of fuel wise, you don't know regionally, geographically where the car is going. So yeah, the package cars usually run, like you're saying, they usually run pretty well. So do you guys have one more video in you or no?
Keep going, buddy. I'm good.
All good.
This one's like half as long. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the whole thing's only 7 minutes. So same thing. Just for copyright sake, I'm gonna keep stopping it so I don't get flagged. But this let's see here. I'm gonna give a shout out. This lady does a phenomenal job, and I'm gonna tell you what, you guys would do yourself a big favor by going to subscribe to her channel. She's quick on the topics, she's accurate, and I don't know where she gets her data from, but it's bang on. So yeah, Car Coach Reports, 143,000 subscribers. I think that's a little low for the quality of content you get out, and I don't say that a whole lot. So I'll just bring it in here. And let's go.
And again, as the EPA approves a last-minute ban on car sales by 2035, just as the administrations are about to change from Biden to Trump. And this defies the will of millions of people who don't want to be forced to buy an electric car. If you want to buy one, go buy one, but not be forced to do that. And the EPA has announced on Wednesday that they would approve 2 waivers under the California Clean Air Act that officially grants California permission to ban new gasoline-powered car sales in the state by 2035. Now,
whoa. So, you heard it. Kind of handing over the keys to California, being like, "Hey, you know, this is your show. Run it." What do you think that this is going to pass or have any kind of teeth to it at all?
I doubt it.
I think it's amazing because it shows you which side wants to control you so hard, and they're just pretty much just like exposing themselves.
2035, I imagine the homeless will have taken over California anyway, so there'll be nobody driving.
Yeah, we're almost there, buddy. We're almost there. Yeah. It's so I honestly, I don't know. A part of me, yeah, it's beyond wild, and a part of me thinks that they're just doing this crap to get a reaction. Could you see that happening? It says people have pushed back so hard after this recent batch of electric cars. I don't. Do you see that happening? I don't know if people will push back.
Oh yeah, they're pushing back now. That's what
EVs. I think they're choosing not to buy. I don't.
That's what Corey means. They're pushing back. You know what? The best way to fix something, right, is do it with your vote. Do it with your wallet.
Mm-hmm. And I think these expensive trucks too, they're going to have to figure out something between now and 2026, because I think 2025 is going to be a pretty bad year for car manufacturers.
I think a lot of it's the unknown.
Right.
I think a lot of it's the unknown. You know, we as humans, we don't like the unknown.
I think we're at the fork in the road, the pivotal fork in the road, and we can go down this way, and you know what I'm saying? Because we just got a lot of chips in the air right now, and it could go this way or it could go that way, and I think I'm with Corey. I think that they're just going to have to back off, and they're going to have to figure out a way to lower these prices. It's not going to be hard to lower the prices.
The good thing is nobody can force me or force you to go buy a new vehicle. We just don't buy, and then they'll have no choice but to do something with that market.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, boom, right there.
There's a reason why used cars are so high right now. Aside from people, I mean, people are still buying cars.
Why?
I cover this a lot. People are still buying cars, and you know, a lot of the actual people who seem to know whatever say it's because new cars aren't selling. New cars are selling. They're just not selling as well as they could be because of, you know, like Corey said, right? You know, trucks are $100,000. Right?
Our Federal Reserve has lowered interest rates 100 basis points. They're loaning out money, but they're still not selling. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because some of these automakers, it's not about quality or quantity anymore. It's not about, you know, one time it was about, you know, how many cars you could sell a month. Now they don't care about how many cars they sell. Now it's about how much money they make per car.
Well, when they had the production going at full speed, they knew there was an 18-wheeler coming with fucking, you know, 10 or 6 to 10 cars, and they better get them sold. You know, they need to make space on the lot. You better get them sold.
tag that post. It's a great post. Cars sitting on lots for 700 days. That's never happened before. 100%.
The thing is, when these cars set for a long period of time, I don't know a lot about it, but I believe that it costs the dealership a lot of extra money to have them setting.
Well, yeah, because they have to play their floor plan costs, right?
Is it anything over 30 days? They need to figure out a way to get it.
No,
I don't know how it works.
Keep paying their floor plan costs. They pay a I want to say a minimum interest on their floor plan. They can keep paying that interest.
Yeah,
I
know that Mustang EV, those things are sitting. There's certain cars, and if you go to there's another YouTube channel. I've put them on before, but they break down specific models and the average day inventory. You know what I mean? And 700 days. That sounds about right.
Anything in Courage?
He says you're blowing the dust off the hood. Happy birthday! Yeah.
Another big thing is because of all the tech we have today.
What?
We've never up until recently, we never tracked how many days cars sat on markets, or it was never.
It really wasn't a thing.
It's public. You know what I mean? It was probably there. It was just not public information, right?
Well, the old motto was, if it hasn't sold yet, it's not cheap enough.
Right.
And somewhere along the way, we've lost that. You know what I mean? And it's like, kind of need to get back to that. I think
another thing, I think used cars, going back to my point, I think another reason why used cars are cheaper is because the quality, I think, was a bit better. It didn't have as much, tracking tech and I listen, I say that most people don't care. There is a, big demographic of people that do care.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the older cars, like, I was talking about the other day, right? The car sits in my garage all the time. My daily driver, it's a 2013.
Yeah.
The OnStar don't even work in it anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man, that sucks.
Which whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I've said it before, and I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole, right? Like, people are so concerned about being tracked. That tracks you more than anything else that you're going to buy.
And listens. I have with Apple specifically, I have had personal experience, and I think was I talking to you about this, Mark?
Again, I'm just going to say this quick, okay?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Pay attention, because you're going to have a discussion about whatever, okay? Or you're going to search something.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's going to come up as a commercial on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, credit card companies are paying for this data. Insurance company, everybody that is either trying to sell you something, or they loan to you, or they protect you, cover you, like insurance companies. They are fighting tooth and nail for this data,
Yeah.
And it's
well, I'm of the opinion I don't care if they track me. They can
why?
Look at every word I say, but what does bother me is if my insurance goes up because of this shit, that would piss me off.
But I get it. I get it. There's fight, but listen, look. And when I uploaded that video of how to take your car off the freaking grid, I had comments, I had emails. I have personally, with my own two eyes, watched Apple defend encryption and refuse to unlock somebody's phone for evidence from the CIA, the FBI, all that bullshit. I've seen it. GM went out of the way. Oh, you just wave $100 in front of their face. Oh shit! Here, look what they're doing. Here you go.
Yeah.
They're not. And this is part of the reason why I'm kind of taking my time buying another car if I want to at all, because like I said, I'm enjoying not having, you know what I'm saying? So I have, until Apple violates my trust, and if they do, different conversation. But GM's not even fucking trying. And there's nothing you can't defend that. GM's not even trying.
But they're all doing it. Everybody's doing it.
What?
Even Apple's doing it. I know they are.
What? You think they're selling people's data? You think Apple's selling information behind it?
Oh yeah. They just won't. If it's a real criminal, they won't give it away, but everything else they give away. I don't know. Anyway, when it comes to your ZL1, I actually agree with you 100%. That's the kind of car you don't want being tracked. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm not kidding you. You get to 1,100 horsepower in 6th gear, you can just put it down for 1 second, and you're breaking.
You would think every GM would know this. If you're buying a ZL1,
they know it.
If you're buying a ZL1, you're not buying it to drive the speed limit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Didn't they market that car for efficiency?
Yeah.
I mean, extreme gas mileage. You're not, you know what I'm saying? This was kind of the whole thing when I was talking to another content creator when they marketed the SS1LE. You know, but it was in the fine print that if you're caught tracking your car, you voided your warranty. But yet, when they're selling, but if you go on the website, like I said, the car is doing fucking 200 on the track, and nothing's in focus, just the car, because it's going so fast ripping around these corners. And I mean, that's how they're marketing, that's how they're perceiving it, but don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Tracy, what do you say here? Good thing I don't have an Apple iPhone. What are you using? The old Nokia green backlit beep beep beep. Is that how you text?
Yeah, I like pretty phones either.
Tap the button 3 times for C.
Yeah.
My thing. I've personally witnessed with my own 2 eyes and own 2 ears, Apple defending clientele. So until they give me a reason, until they give me a reason not to, I'll give them a chance. I'll give them the rope. But the moment they hang themselves, fuck them. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like GM, I'm done. So,
you're not done with GM. You're just going to get an older one.
That's kind of the point. That's kind of where I'm at. It's like, do you really?
Where we do our testing.
Fucking beep.
There ain't no cell service out there either.
He's playing Pac-Man and Oregon Trail. What's that?
I say where we do most of our testing anyway. There's no cell service out there either.
Oh shit!
So we ain't got no phones tracking us either.
From what I hear, Canada's a different animal, buddy. I hear that there's a lot of remote location up there in Canada.
Oh yeah,
just as a whole.
Like where I live, I got no cell service here. I can't use my cell phone. I can text with it if the other person's got an iPhone, but But I got no cell service here either.
Is that okay?
Oh, it's the worst cell service you can get here in New Brunswick. You be going along, you can be talking on the phone, and just bang, she's gone.
Yeah. Tracy said he's on the same. I got a lot of problems with Android as a whole. I don't know. I can't do it. Once you're in the Apple ecosphere, it's amazing to me. I think some of it
100%.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's just it's intuitive. The shit just does. it does what it's predictable, I guess is the word I should use. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I used to be all window.
Yeah, he says it doubles as brake pads in the emergency situation. You just fucking plop that bitch right in there. You're good to go, baby. He says, yeah, I'm good at one finger. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I bet. Years of working with all them cabinets. He's nimble. That's what they called him in high school, probably. All right, let's keep this. I just want to finish this one video up. We got like 5 minutes to go, and then we'll be done here.
This is going to impact the entire country. It's not just going to be California or those 17 states that comply. And as I have been saying, no brand will build a car for some states or one state, which means every brand will be forced to comply. And they're not happy about this. And this is the destruction of the car industry by its own government. I'll tell you what the industry is doing about this absurd last-minute rule. But first, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel to keep up with what's going on in the automotive world. And there is plenty of news coming out. The industry is pushing back, and NADA, which is the National Auto Dealer Association, is disappointed. I would say that's a very light word. I would come with very ticked off that the Biden administration has granted CARB, which is a California Air Resources Board, vehicle emissions waiver, allowing it to institute a ban on gasoline-powered vehicles beginning in 2026. That's pretty close because we're already driving 2026s. And the NADA has long supported a single national fuel economy standard that is technologically feasible, economically practical, and does not restrict consumer choice. They say we urge the incoming Trump administration to revoke this anti-consumer mandate. And it really is anti-consumer. The American Fuel and Petroleum Manufacturers, or AFPM, President and CEO Chet Thompson issued the following statement in quote, contrary to claims on the campaign trail that would never tell Americans what kind of cars we have to drive, the Biden administration and the EPA just did exactly that by greenlighting California's ban on sales of all new gasoline-powered vehicles and traditional hybrid vehicles. So both of them would be eliminated. EPA's authorization.
That's important. They're trying to rat or cornhole you, paint you in a corner. No freaking EVs, or I'm sorry, all EV, no hybrids, obviously no gas. And I'm so happy they told on themselves and made it extremely clear on their way out. I'm hoping people remember this in 4 years, but I'm afraid that they won't. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Corey?
What's that about EV?
Well, I saw you watching intently. I know you were.
EVs are dead. It ain't gonna work. I think it's the future, but it's way off in the future. But
to be the primary. I don't think it's ever going to be.
If the battery technology gets, I mean, think about it. No more oil changes, no more blown transmissions. The only
but did you hear
the software? Too much software, but
yes. But did you hear what they're doing in California?
But that'll never happen.
30 cents per mile. They're charging EVs.
Well, that's
road tax.
That's another thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. Everyone thinks that, I'm going to save all this money with an electric car. Believe me, say you get 80% of the cars on the road are electric, you're going to be paying by the mile. You're not going to save no money. Any money you were saving is going to go away with the tax. Because, like you said, they already got a tax somewhere, don't they, on the...
Yeah, 30 cents a mile because if you when you go to the gas station, that little 9 at the end of the price per gallon, that 9/10 of 1 cent is a public tax.
Over here, it's even more, isn't it, Mark? We pay an awful lot of what we pay for gas is tax. Well, if that goes away, they got to get taxed somewhere.
Yeah. So, because I mean, they're claiming that 14%. Yeah. I know that's what California's doing. So, so they say, well, you're not buying gasoline, so you're not contributing your 9/10 of 1 penny per gallon. You're not making your contributions for maintaining the roads. What are they? I don't know how you want to say it. Making sure tolls and everything are up and going, which nobody's in those booths anymore. It's all fucking cameras. But yeah, Mike says, look, there's plenty of people saying that hybrids are the future. But Mike, can you tell us why you think that? Why? Because you're doubling the powertrain, which means you're doubling the expense. And I'll bite. Just tell me why you think. Just explain to me in like a short paragraph why you think that in the future. Automotive Rap Sheet says they'll find another way to triple dip. Oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna dip. Yeah, it's gonna be beaten cheeks. Is what the hell it's gonna be.
Oh.
If it's not gas or some arbitrary charge, once it's mass adopted. Look at your groceries, man. Look at your groceries, bro. 50, I mean, it depends on the item, but you're talking 35, 50, 60% on just random shit. Did you hear about that one guy down here? I don't know how Walmart works up there, but you can go back and reorder when you online order, because I have my groceries delivered here, and you can go back through your purchase history and hit reorder all items if you want to reorder an entire and man, I'm telling you, one guy went back to 2020 or 2021. If anybody has seen this, did you see that? And he went reorder. It was 400% or something.
Yeah,
it was insane. The cost difference with Trump going out and Biden coming in versus Biden going out and Trump coming in. It was like 400% on your because everybody's got to eat. So I mean, they're gonna go for shit that you have to have. I mean, that's what they're gonna do.
Okay, so explain to me why this car is still available then. And maybe this is, I don't know, maybe this is a bad example, but
is it new? Mike says if the engine brakes can charge the battery, it would definitely be more efficient. That's if what they well, you're kind of calling them on their bullshit there, and I don't know if your social credit score is high enough to be asking questions like that, sir. No, there is good technology. There is. Hang on, I just got a text here. Old Tracy. There is good technology as far as like the regenerative braking. I'm just afraid that I don't know how long-term speaking how long all these electronics are going to keep up with the hot, cold cycling of the seasons, how often people are going to use them. Are they going to hold up? My Grand Prix got
keep thinking it's my doorbell going on.
Is it you?
That was my phone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I just muted
fucking wind chimes. What the fuck? No,
it's a Ring doorbell.
It's all good. I was, that Grand Prix got 300,000 miles, and dude, you go out and bump the key and it starts every time. Just do a little bit of maintenance, top off fluids. Just what's that?
You got a Grand Prix?
Yeah.
What year is it?
02.
Nice.
It's supercharged, the GTP. So, dude, and the thing is like, it's minimal maintenance. That fucking thing runs. And one power source, I just put 91 octane in it. Boom, it's done. It's good. We're cool. Just feed it gas and oil, and away you go.
Tune those too, eh?
What?
You can tune those too.
Oh yeah, there's people hitting 400 wheel, but the transmission's the weak point in that.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's just a beater bomber to get to and from work. My thing is once you add electric motors, batteries, on top of a gas engine, which I'm afraid the maintenance is going to get out of control in about 10 years.
I'm going to ask this question.
Do it.
I'm going to go back. I'm just going to make it simple, stupid. Okay. And take an electric motor and run it with water and create electricity. Why is it that a car in motion cannot create electricity to power batteries or to recharge batteries? I mean, it's that simple, stupid of a question. You know what I mean? The technology is there. I think that.
Have you ever heard of them Edison cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all that is. 4 motors in each wheel, and you got one tiny little gasoline engine in the center that runs at a constant RPM, charges the battery. And it gets like a stupid amount of miles per gallon. I mean, it's not powerful or whatever, but you even go to diesel and it fucking runs even further. You know what I mean?
Going back to, your regen comment, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know it's necessarily about the electric car. I think it's about the and we've talked about this multiple times, I think it's about the lack of not giving people the choice that people are more pissed off about. You know what I mean? Like, forget the early adopters.
Independence.
Have those,
it's
right?
independence.
Right? I think it's the 2035 ban. It's, and there are people that just simply don't want them. You know what I mean?
I've watched so many studies on this. Tracy, I'm going to look into that, bud. I'll look into it. Because I got a feeling this won't be the only stream on it. But yes, there's been a lot of studies on before they had all this bullshit watching you, following you, listening to you, watching you. There's a lot of why people make decisions that they do. And is there a pattern to a series of decisions people make? And it basically boils down to independence. They want freedom. Don't tell me, you know what I mean? This isn't the company store. I worked for this money. Fuck off. Leave me alone, and I'm going to spend it how I see fit. Don't give me like a coupon or whatever and tell me where I'm going to be spending my money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, people they want independence. They want to be left alone, and they want to just provide for the family and make their dollar go as far as they can. You know what I mean? In general. So I don't think much has changed from then to now. Would you agree or disagree, or would you see any holes in that, or what do you think? Has anything changed?
No.
Nope.
So, I mean, if people are the way they are, and people do what people do, but the scrutiny gets more and more intense. I don't know why. I keep asking why, and I don't know. So keep delving into it. Was that you? Something kept flickering on my screen here. Court?
Yeah.
We've been closing in on 2 fucking hours, sir.
Yeah.
2 hours. Yeah.
Oh,
I just go ahead.
Did you ever figure out what all them drones were down there?
They wouldn't say, but Trump came on TV and said the military knows exactly what's going on. Don't worry about it. And that was pretty much the last we heard about it. So we don't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? I'm more concerned with the fucking balloon.
Oh, the Chinese
across.
They caught that.
Yeah. Down. What's that? Every single DJI product flying down here, and there's fucking millions of them. I mean, they have data collection that go to the fucking cloud that they have direct access to anyways. So I don't know why everybody's in a tizzy fit over 20 or 30 drones in fucking New York.
Yeah, but these were big ones, weren't they? They said it was the size of a car. Is what I seen on one of them videos. I don't know. That's big.
Maybe it's
big drone.
Maybe it's that's a sizable. That's a drone of size right there. Maybe that's Mary Barra. Maybe she's maybe Mary Barra's test pilot and some fucking. Maybe that's the new Camaro. What do you think? That's the whole thing about being in a free society. Choices, not shoving shit agendas down people's throats. I think it's more up to the people not to let them. You know what I mean? And I'm just afraid with this, I'm just watching it, and it's scary how fast we're slipping, how quick people are to agree to shit. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know. I mean, change. I'm not saying fight everything, but it's like when clearly your freedoms are not.
You guys already chose. You voted in Trump. You don't have to worry about that stuff no more.
You don't think?
No, not for 4 years.
Not for, well, okay, so what do we do after 4 years now?
Well, hope people didn't forget how bad things were. 8 years
They do every
ago.
time. They do every time. 4 years is an awfully long time, and then they start in with their, I'm being treated unfair and this and this and this, and it's time for change. And then when we get the change, we're back in the same bullshit
our
situation.
chance in Canada.
I heard Trudeau's on the fucking.
He's gonna hold on until October next year. So? That's when it's mandatory. So? Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
So how does that work up there in Canada? I'm curious for my own.
Well, same as it does down there. I think it's every 5 years.
Oh, it's about damn time, sir.
No, it's every 4. Just we have a 3-party system here. Well, we technically have more than 3 parties, but you have to have so many seats to be recognized as an official party.
So this comment right here, with being the 51st state, I know that. Has that been a big talk up there or no?
Trump was just joking about that. People taking that too serious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trump just being Trump. I didn't take it as an insult.
It's never gonna happen.
No.
I think you guys would benefit. Well,
we'll benefit
freedoms wise.
When we get a real government, we'll benefit. Once we start pumping, we got all kinds of resources in this country. We just got an idiot running the country right now, and he's put so many restrictions on it that he's ruining the country financially.
You're sitting on a lot of money.
He's done come next year, no matter what. He's gone.
Oh, really?
Ain't nobody likes him anymore. Even liberals don't like him.
Is it possible that he could continue on?
No, he's no choice. They got to have an election. October 25.
How long of a span or term? They call them terms down here. How long of a term did they get up there?
I thought it was 5, but like they can if I think you got to have an election. What is it, Mark? Every 4 or every 5? Isn't it every 4? But he can still stand. If he gets voted in again, he can stay as long as he wants. He can be there for 20 years. Yeah. But he's just got to win the election. This thing. He's been in there now since 2015.
Fucking gulp. Really? So he could be in there indefinitely.
He won't be. He's wore out. He's welcome.
Most of them seem to last. In let's put it in U.S. perspective, okay? The average seems to be 2 terms, sometimes 3.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering. I was curious because it's weird how I'm not. I just wasn't sure how your guys' presidential.
He's ruined this country. It's hard
I'm
to say
not.
we'll even recover, really.
Listen, I'm not trying to badmouth your homeland. You know what I'm saying? But from what the shit I hear down here, from our vantage point, I feel absolutely fucking terrible for you guys. I do, because it's just like all the shit that could be cool, fun, or productive. It's like they stomp on it, and it's just like, well, this is illegal, and it's just like, man, wow. Like the guns are big for me. I love guns, but it's just like they're taking all these guns and then they're going to ship them off to Ukraine. It's like, well, what the fuck? It's like, oh my gosh, dude. I don't know, but like I said,
I don't like where I live. I don't really need a gun.
You don't,
but and it used to be that in Ontario you didn't really need a gun either, but now you do because they've got gangs running all over the place. Where did they come from? When I was a kid, hardly ever heard of a gang.
What's that?
In our cities now, we got gangs in there. When I was a kid, you never heard of no gang shootings. Now it's almost every day. There's gangs shooting it out in the streets. Where did that come from? How did that happen here in Canada? It was never a problem before. Why is it a problem now?
What's that?
Gang violence.
Yeah.
See, in Canada, you didn't need to have a gun, but now you do. Are you not hearing me?
Can you say that? Can you say that one more time? I was trying to take care of something here.
What I'm saying is, when I was a kid, you hardly ever heard tell of somebody getting shot, and usually when it was somebody getting shot, it was like a murder-suicide. Very rare. You didn't hear about gang violence in the streets, but now you have it. You know, in a lot of the big cities here in Canada now, they have shootouts in the street. That never used to happen.
What?
You know, that's not. I mean, you're 100% right, Corey. But that's not just a Canadian thing. I mean, you know, they have some. You know,
what I'm saying is, like he feels bad that we don't have the ability to get guns like he did, like they do over there. But we never had to over here. There was a time you didn't have to have no guns. You didn't have to worry about shooting you.
Some people look at guns like watches. They just like the intricate details of how they work. You know what I'm saying? People find that fascinating.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting it down. I thank God that United States has the Second Amendment, because if they didn't, it might be the end of all of us over here.
Yeah. It's just like Tracy said. There's a gang problem here too. Yeah, the gang problems are popping up where the gun restrictions are the most, and but that's interesting. I didn't know. See, the thing is like you never know the truth until you talk to someone that has walked a mile in the shoes. That's why I ask you guys, because you can't believe shit that you hear. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, where I live is still relatively safe where I live. But when you get into some of the big cities, there's a lot of violence, and there never used to be. It was a rare thing. I'm not saying there was never any violence, but it was nowhere near what it is today. And there ain't no need of it.
No. What do you think brought it on?
Well, that ain't something you can talk about on YouTube. I can tell you that.
Oh, okay, I think I get you. I think I.
But anyway,
no, it's all good.
You never had to have guns. All you had to have was a rifle to go out hunting, but you didn't have to have.
But some people want them.
Protect you. Yes,
but
I got no problem with anybody having guns. I don't. It's the illegal guns the same problem.
I think we should be able to have whatever. I think we should be able to. I personally, here in the States, I wish they'd bring grenades back.
Oh my God.
I would love to have a grenade launcher. But I mean, the thing is like,
here's the thing. I like the fact that I mean, I don't want it to happen, but I can be out in public and get in an argument with someone and not have to worry about them shooting me. Well, you can't say that down in Florida. You get in an argument with the wrong person and you're going to have a hole in you. That's the only issue I have with everybody having a gun. Some people should not have guns.
But the thing is
at the same time, I stand behind your guys' Second Amendment, because if you didn't have it, say
you're not going to offend me, dude. You're not
say North America, the citizens had no guns, we would no longer be free. America is the only reason North America is still free, in my opinion, and that's because you have the guns.
I think that the even the people that are questionable of having guns, you have a gun to protect yourself right back.
I know,
you know what I mean?
Anyway, like I said,
it's all good, buddy. Yeah. What?
The Second Amendment is the only reason you guys are still free, and it's the only reason we're still free. If, say, Justin Trudeau decided he got all the guns away from the citizens, and he decided he's going to be the new king of Canada,
a fucking dictator,
the U.S. would come and help us. That's why I'm glad you guys still have the Second Amendment.
Yeah,
we don't have to have guns here because you guys protect us.
I'm gonna hop into Grand Prix. I'll be on the fucking way, buddy.
But you look at what's going on in like England, in Britain. People are getting arrested for Facebook posts. And why is that? Because they don't have any guns.
Yeah. They got a lot of problems outside of guns.
They're sliding a slippery slope over there. And I mean, even here, they're making laws that are heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to make this a political thing. We're supposed to be talking cars. But...
Well, I mean, today's episode, it ties in. It blends in. And I did ask questions about Canada and the overlap and everything. And I don't think that anything got...
but I'm going to tell you, Canada's still a great country. I see all these videos of people talking about how
Canada
bad it is.
Oh, they got gorgeous
Canada isn't quite as bad as what they led on to be.
What's that? That's what I'm saying. I have to, if I don't talk to you guys directly and ask you direct questions, you're never going to fucking know the truth. So that's why I asked.
Where I live, things haven't changed all that much since I was a kid. Even crime's not all that bad here.
Believe it or not, that's a good thing.
But the cost of living, since Trudeau went in, the cost of living here is getting way too high. And there ain't no need of it. And the man's got to go. He should have went a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he's going to be done next year.
That's where we're at too.
The only issue is I don't know if there's any saving Canada now.
Yes, there is. Easy.
I don't know.
Easy. Yes. Oh yeah.
The way I don't know much about finance, but I watched the odd video, and the way these people are talking, we're in bad shape here in Canada.
The housing I hear is pretty crazy.
Housing's insane.
Yeah, I hear it's crazy, but yeah.
But we got to start pumping fuel. Like if I had anything to say about it, every drop of oil that's in Canada, we'd be pumping her out. Every drop.
Yeah. Well, you just watched the video. We got to save the penguins, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck that thing.
Oil should be cheap down there with all those Irving plants.
Well, did you ever see that T-shirt that said "I drilled through a polar bear's ass for cheaper gas"? I should have bought like 5 when I had the opportunity, but I didn't.
The thing is, I don't believe that fuel is the whole problem with the environment.
It's not. What's the problem with the environment?
Look at all these people that will preach to you that you should.
Well, what problem are we talking about?
What's
what
that?
Problem? What specific problem are we talking about?
Well, that's all you hear is the environment or
climate change.
about the environment, climate change. All you ever hear is climate change.
Okay.
But yet these people, the people that are preaching it, everywhere they go, they fly in a private plane. But they don't want me and you to drive our cars, but they can fly in private planes wherever the hell they want.
See, Mark, I told you he's a lot smarter than what he's late. Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is the kind of conversation I shouldn't get in because.
Why? This is the most I've heard you speak. And this is like 10 years.
And the swear words start flying.
Oh, man. That fucking sucks. But the thing is just like he was saying in that video, the pollutants that come off of those private jets or those Gulfstreams or those G6s or whatever private jet that the amount of hydrocarbons put into the air is an exponential amount compared to whatever a car or a motorcycle is running throughout its entire fucking lifetime. You know what I'm saying? The amount of jets, the amount of fuel those jets consume, it's insane. Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
You got that prick Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
living the good life, flying a private plane wherever he goes, and he's trying to tell us that we shouldn't be driving a gasoline-powered car to work and back.
Was he paid to say that? Do you think? Was he pressured to say that? He
probably was, but I don't care. Think? It pisses me off when you got
to find the root problem, though. That's kind of weird.
Telling me that I shouldn't be driving my car.
Yeah. Oh, it's awfully hypocritical. I get it.
You're going to delete this video after it's done.
Hell no. I'm not. Everything's staying in. It's live, baby. Can't imagine. Holy shit. No. I mean, like I said, it's but it's true though. You know what I'm saying? So I just, yeah. The scrutiny. I don't know if they're doing this as rage bait. Like I said, the very last minute of trying to put a ban on this and trying to put a ban on that, I don't think it's gonna get passed. So my thing is, why even make a big fuss about it? But I'm happy that they did because it's kind of pointing the finger at the party going out, and it's kind of showing you what they want, their true intentions. And I hope people, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the good news is much of the world is going right now. Yeah. You guys voted for the Republicans. Next year, we're going to go conservatives. But a lot of places over in Europe also, they're going from being on the left to the right.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of wrote them off. I just figured that was kind of a dumpster fire.
The right-wing parties over there are growing in popularity because people are tired of it. The people are tired of the high prices. A lot of people have a hard job just to heat their homes in the winter.
Yep.
Because of energy prices being way too high.
Yeah.
But even here in Canada, energy prices are high, and we're sitting on a gold mine of oil.
Yeah, you guys are sitting on.
The U.S. is too. Like I think in 6 months you'll notice quite a difference in your country of energy prices.
Yeah. I hope we get to come back and revisit this on another stream. I do. Because I got a feeling you'll be right. But I got a feeling January 21st, because day one when Biden went in, they stomped the oil pipeline coming from your country to mine. And they cut that off. And I got a feeling that the spigot's gonna get turned back on. And I think you guys are sitting on a ton of natural resources.
Yeah, so, this country should be rich, but right now, geez, I think they said Ontario was ranked with Mississippi.
That's bad, man.
I don't remember.
That's bad, dude.
But I believe recently I watched a video and they said Ontario, the wealth in Ontario is worse than the state of Mississippi, which is supposed to be one of the
bottom 10.
I never heard that. But
I just watched a video the other day
I
about
just
it.
didn't hear it.
Ontario? Are you so how many provinces does Canada have? 3, 4?
I don't know. There's more than
10
that.
provinces, 2 territories.
Okay. And so you guys are not in the same at all.
No, he's like 14 hours from me.
Yeah.
I'm in Ontario. He's in New Brunswick.
I'm geographically stupid, so. But yeah, I know. I was. So does each province have its own president, or what the fuck?
Prime Minister.
We would have what you guys would have.
Premier, I should say.
We have premiers, which are like governors.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do some homework on that. I hate talking about something and not being educated on the topic. So, but
well, see, I'm not like some of the stuff that you'll hear me say probably ain't true. I just go by the odd YouTube video that I watch because I don't watch the news. I don't study all this stuff because it just makes me so damn mad. So I just
that's what I said at the beginning of the stream. That's why I canceled my Dish Network, because every time I watch TV thinking that I want to inform myself and learn something, because knowledge is power, I always end up walking away pissed. So, and it was just, I noticed a pattern with it, and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not paying. Kind of like the Camaro. I'm not paying to be treated like shit, or you know what I mean, to have a net negative in my life. So, and it was probably the best thing I did. So, but yeah, I'm with you, man. But I'm really hoping that hopefully that shit gets turned around for you guys in the future.
Oh,
that'd be fucking awesome.
We got nowhere but up to go. We're down as low as you can get, pretty much. And you got nowhere to go but up.
You feel like that, don't you?
Well,
I've never heard this one. Makes me so mad. I go push ducks in the pond. I've never heard. Old Chase, he's a fucking character, dude. I'm telling you.
No, I think in 6 months' time, you guys would see quite a difference. I mean, it ain't gonna happen overnight, but I think
a lot of it will.
Yeah. Trump, he don't waste time either.
No, he's already stacking the bills up. Everything day one, they've already got the plan
going.
Yeah. They've already started, man. It's gonna be flipping the light switch. So hopefully, with the EV tax credit, and Mark and I streamed on that before, with the EV tax credit, a person walking in, they can pocket $12,000 to $15,000 just by agreeing to buy an EV over a gasoline powered vehicle. Oh. And, you know what I'm saying?
Well, look, I like that somebody's buying an electric car. That's good. That $15,000 you're talking about, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Why should the taxpayer pay for that? That's who's paying for it. That's where the money's coming from. It's taxpayer.
It's not fucking right. It's not right. So Trump is putting he's stomping on that. And that was what I think last week, Mary Barra, I posted a picture of it. Trump saying, that he's gonna. GM was kind of. This is what I hate. Like, she was kind of putting him on blast. That's how the kids say it. Kind of putting him on the spot there with saying that, he's gonna put his reputation on the line if he stomps on, and it's just like. No, he's not. He's putting his reputation on the line by sitting back and doing nothing like what we got right now. So I'm happy that he's going to stomp this out and let the market decide. If people truly, genuinely like EVs and they're not just being steered or being incentivized by all that free cash and tax breaks at the end of the year, if you just level the playing field and let people pick whatever they want to buy, you know what I'm saying? If they buy an EV, they buy an EV, and that's fine. But don't incentivize it and then make me pay for it, and then charge. We're gonna slow down production, raise MSRPs, and then start. The cost of living, insurances, freaking doubled, man. Aren't just car insurance is went up. Is anybody in the chat has their insurance went up? Because I'm pretty sure it has. And I mean everything, gas has went through the freaking. I mean anything to do with the car, with COVID, car parts. We couldn't get car parts. There's still, if the parts are plentiful, the price is still too high. So there's just a lot of work in every space of the automotive facet. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's we got a lot of work to do. You gentlemen have anything to add? Should we wind this down? We're going on 2.5 hours. You guys getting fatigued?
Take a bathroom break.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
you'll get there one day, Andrew. Don't worry.
What's that?
You'll get there one day.
Not if I get a high horsepower 4th gen Camaro. I think that one might.
One day.
Boom! I think that one might do it in for me. I don't know.
I'm saying you'll get one day where you got to stop for.
Oh yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, a car will take me out or something.
Oh, okay.
What do you say here? Wouldn't you like to know? I think that Ford and GM, Toyota donating $1 million a piece towards the inauguration fund, says manufacturers want change in the market as well. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think
really
read that somewhere. Yeah,
that's amazing. That's awesome. Heck yeah. I know Toyota was fighting a tooth and nail. They even say over in Europe that they're just saying, look, Mercedes said, we're making V8s deal with it. You guys gotta figure out how this is gonna work, because nobody's buying cars. You know what I mean? Without the AMGs, I mean that was their bread and butter.
I mean, I don't want anyone to get me wrong. I care about the environment too. I don't.
We all don't think that you do.
I just don't think that gasoline cars are the biggest problem. And I don't think there's a climate emergency. I think we do have to smarten up in some cases, but I don't think we're in a what was it that oh geez, can't think of her name now. She used to be a bartender, but she's a I don't know if she's a congresswoman or Senate.
Holy hell,
that's a nice looking girl. Anyway, she said 5 years ago.
We got a lot of them.
She said 5 years ago the world was going to end. It hasn't ended yet.
Shit.
I can't think of her name right now. You must know who I'm talking about. She don't know nothing, but she looks good.
Was it AOC?
AOC, yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Would you like to know? Chris is in it for the win.
It was like 5 or 6 years ago. She said if we didn't stop using fossil fuels, the world was going to end by... Do you think time's coming past now, hasn't it? Do you remember hearing that?
End? Did it end?
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay. The world, the big old rock's still spinning? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Automotive. While I agree, we have to be more responsible.
No,
I don't think we're in a big emergency like they want us to believe.
I think we're doing great. Tightening down responsibility. I think that attitude has kind of gotten us where we're at. I think people need to fucking just,
I do think we got to protect our water better. A lot more water's been polluted than what should have been.
Yeah. Tracy.
Bigger problem down there than is up here, though, isn't it?
What's that?
What about the water problems?
Collectively, I think somebody needs to go over and talk to China about that, because they just pour their waste right in the freaking river, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like they say, it takes one bad apple. But Automotive Rhapsody said Dodge CEO returning might be fun. Anything and everything Dodge, I'm kind of putting on the back burner. We're gonna have to wait to see what's up, because anymore with Dodge, I hear so many talks, rumors, and this and that. Do it, then I'll believe it, and I'll talk about it. That's kind of my philosophy with Dodge.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm just gonna look this up quick and see. You know, like everything else, I mean, there's stuff's been sitting, right? It's not, you know, everybody makes it seem like
what,
you know, Challengers were flying off the lots, but
I think there's still some for sale, brand new, sitting on the lot. Fucking tires have probably got flat spots in them. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I mean, yeah. Send us off, Mark.
I don't know. It seems like they're not cooperating with me here. Hold on a second. Challenger. All right. What the hell?
I might be right. Stellantis French owners not understanding American buying points and tiny. Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to look it up.
Yeah. No discrimination, but the dude did not agree with the literal. Yeah. I got to agree with that. And then he went one step further and refused to sell the company back. Now he's stepping down, and it's like one disaster after the next. So that's what I'm saying. Dodge, Mopar, whatever, Stellantis, whatever the fuck it is, do it. Then I'll determine whether I like it or not. But way too many rumors, way too much crap floating out in the ether. So. Okay, fellas. Well, Corey's got to go relieve himself here. So, should we send it off? Should we end this stream?
You're the boss.
I think you should delete it afterwards.
Hell no, brother. It's staying. Okay, brother. Hey, so, I'm so happy you agree to keep it up. The internet's forever. I love it. That's great. It's just the way we like it. So, other than that, CCFBG Garage. Go check out Mark's content. He does a lot of legwork for us. He brings up a lot of good topics. What's the other channel? Your second channel?
Kelmar Garage.
Spell it.
AELMAR. Here, I'll just put it up.
Okay, you put it up. There's if you want to break outside of Camaro and you want to keep up on GM news topics, anything that might be in the pipeline. Yeah, there he is. He put it in the comments. I'll put it up for him. Go subscribe to his other channel. Let's get him up to 1,000 subs. And then Mr. Corey, we got some good content coming from you in the spring, I assume.
I hope so.
With America's best car, the 4th gen Camaro.
Yeah. And again, Mike Burley, I'm not interested in trading. Please stop sending me emails.
He'll do it too. He'll do it. Okay, fellas, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. And we're going to definitely do this again soon. You guys take care.
You go and edit this out, some of this stuff.
Should I?
Yes, you should.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
we'll all be in trouble.
I'm feeling kind of lazy. You guys have a good night. Subscribe on your way out. Like the damn video. Hit the thumbs up. You guys take it easy.
See you guys. Take care.
Yep.
Later.